Hello everybody, welcome back to Alchemy Gaming. Today we are starting a brand new scenario. This is 2 of the 3 scenarios in the India DLC, and we're gonna keep going here. We'll take Helen Gerard because I don't know, I always take her, I guess. Signal mode, I'm gonna leave it on automatic. Someday I'm gonna switch to manual just to see what difference there is. So we'll give it a couple seconds to load up here.
You're on time. Well, that is the bare minimum. Welcome to Calcutta. The goods traffic in India is already running, but to improve our government and military control in the country further, we have to upgrade the passenger traffic. The new locomotives will make it possible. Calcutta will be the centerpiece of our new railway network. I have big plans, but for now, build a passenger route between Calcutta and Patna. Then we'll talk further.
Namaskar. I didn't think we would meet again. It has been a while. I have completed my training in England, and I'm now an administrative officer in the East India Company of England. In that, I am a big outlier. Normally, these positions are reserved for the British. In any case, it would be nice if, in addition to the chairman's tasks, you could do some things for me as well. Naturally, I will compensate you for your efforts. You see, Baleswar in the southwest was an important center of trade, but it has been run down by the different colonial forces over the years. A connection to the rail network could breathe some new life into the city. That would benefit both the people and the company. Thus, I am sure that this endeavor is also in the chairman's favor.
Okay, let's see what we need to do. So right now, it's January 1st, 1854. So we started in 54. So by July of this year, we need to connect the city of Rajmahal to our home city of Calcutta. That should be easy enough. And then by December, same year, 8 different goods available in Calcutta. Right now, there's 2. Then by July of next year, 55, we need to transport 300 passengers from Calcutta to Rajmahal. That should be easy. And then June of next year, reach 60,000 citizens in Calcutta, which will happen if we do this 8 of 8 anyways. That'll eventually push that to 60. And then construct a library in Baleswar. For that one, we're going to have to grow Baleswar up to 50,000. For the completion of this task, you will receive innovation points from Vikram Gupta. Okay, so that's good. So that's the extra bonus. So let's take a quick look at things. So this is basically the edge. There's really nothing that way. So there's Calcutta. So that's clearly going to be our main city. There's Baleswar, the one we have to grow to 50,000 citizens. And there's technically nothing else below that. This is red. We can't go in it. That's red. We can't go in it. This is red. We can't go in it. Can't get up to Nepal, I guess I should say. Okay, so up here, in theory, we could get to Kathmandu, which is capital of Nepal right now. And there's a couple other cities up there. Okay, so then there's Asansol, and that has a bonus for 250 days. And we also have a connection bonus to this wood. Then we have Karagpur, and then, of course, Baleswar, and that's it. So we have 4 cities in here. As far as our research, let's see what we have. So we got a pretty good roll of everything here. We have 200 points. We could reduce track construction, locomotives. This in-service training, I think, would be good to have. Let's go with that. And then we'll take the in-service training. Now we're going to go into our personnel, and I want to bump these up with the training. That's why I took it. So we'll basically bump up the training. So anything training related, we absolutely will take it because we're increasing our bonus each time here. And I'll tell you why in just 2 seconds. Okay, now we'll go backwards. So from security, by being up to 125%, we increase the freight and mail revenue by 10%. So that's good. Personnel, by doing what we just did, we increase popularity, which increases ticket prices by 10%. So also good. Oops, no, let's leave that at 8. And then here, stokers, we increase maximum speed of locomotives by 12%. Also good. It's all good. And then engineers, we reduce, this is a good thing, the maintenance requirements of locomotives by 25%. So let's just take a quick gander at Calcutta here. So this is going to use the same setup as the other India scenario. So right now we need wood, which is fine because we'll get a bonus here. We need sugar. Sugar is right there. We need rice, which is close by. We need grain, which is also close by. Actually, the grain's coming in. And then we need poultry, which is pretty close and coming in directly, but we should probably do a line anyways. And that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things out of 8. We are making meat. So once this kicks in at 30,000, that will give us 7 things. And then the last thing we'll need is either planks from some other city or Calcutta itself, I guess, could make planks, or we could tap into vegetables, which is right here across the water at 35,000. Or, I mean, of course, we could do spices or tea leaves too. So we have 3 million. Actually, let's look at the hill situation. Wow, that's really good. A Sanzol is like just Calcutta's kind of in the foothills. Baleswar is still in the plains. Karagpur is in the plains. Rajmahal's in the plains of Calcutta. Okay. I think what we could do is something like Rajmahal to Calcutta, Calcutta to Baleswar, and then we could do Calcutta, Karagpur to Baleswar, like a 1, 2, 3, and then probably do Karagpur, Asansol to Rajmahal, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then we'll have to have a little line probably from Calcutta to Asansol. I'm thinking that will be necessary. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so we have our express station in Calcutta with maintenance and a mail depot, and then our post office, I guess I should say. And then we have our express station in Rajmahal, and it has a restaurant and a post office. So let's see, we'll go 0 there. Come in here. Yeah, that works.
A solid connection. We can expand upon it in the future and extend it to the west to Benares, maybe even to Delhi.
Okay, so that's good. So that was an easy one, of course. Low-hanging fruit, I guess. So we have that done. Boom. First day. Is there any other things we can do right away? The 300 passengers of Calcutta, the Rajmahal, is something we should probably work on here. So now what we could do is let's put a train down here. Was it Calcutta, the Rajmahal? Yeah, it was. Okay. So we'll put our train down. Rajmahal Express. We will absolutely go. Let's see. It needed 300. There's 40 each time. Yeah, let's go with this. It can bring back whatever it wants. And we'll go express. And what was the best express train we have? 57, that's freight. 59 is mixed. 68 Iron Duke. Okay, well, that's a no-brainer. So let's go ahead and let's put both on there. We'll put one train, and we won't have to do anything with the tracks because there's only one train for the moment. We'll put a supply station in there, and we'll see how long that takes to get going. So now we have a single line from Baleswar Express going to Calcutta Express. We're going to put our Iron Duke on that with our 2 wagons. We're just going to leave it wide open. That's fine. It's on a single route. So what we could do is, because we don't want this being held up, we could maybe do something like this and then put a gridiron in, and that way we can have 2 trains at the same time. We could do the same thing on this side. There we go. Same idea. That way it can do what it needs to do and nothing should be held up. We could come back and work on these 8 different goods to Calcutta at the same time. See, we'll ship more passengers if we grow Calcutta, because Calcutta right now is how much? 25. Maybe we should just do the goods all at the same time. Maybe that's kind of what we should do here. But then if we do that, we are going to... Okay, well, we could do express down under here. See, all our goods are kind of in this middle area, except for the wood. Everything else is right there. If we keep our express to the outside, that could work. I think what we'll do here is put this, and we'll go out just a little bit more here. Maybe we'll do it one more. So what I'm thinking is putting a warehouse at this Calcutta one. So it'll be like, we'll call it Calcutta Freight, but it'll be like a warehouse at the same time. So we'll go ahead and put a warehouse in. So we're going to need wood, sugar, rice, grain. Poultry we'll leave because only specific things need poultry. Name we can leave. So vegetables, spices. So we're going to miss like one thing there. So tea leaves will be the next thing up. And we will maintenance depot that just for the time being. So now we'll have to run in the 5 things that we need at the moment, which once again is wood, sugar, rice. Grain technically is coming, so we could kind of leave that, I guess. But definitely wood, sugar, and rice have got to come in immediately. Okay, so now we have our rice coming into our Calcutta Freight warehouse, running in full. At least I think it was full. Yeah, it is. So then we're going to put on the PLM, Bourbonnais, just one train, and that's fine. It's going to run on a single track. That's not a big deal. The next thing we're going to want to do is bring in our sugar. We'll want to put that coming this way. There we go. Put in our supply tower in there. All right, so next thing we're doing here is we have our sugar coming in down sort of in a loop in the bottom here, and then we're going to kind of link into this rice, I guess, and then we're going to bring in full. We have our Bourbonnais, one train, freight, boom. So we got that. So then if we go to Calcutta again and look, so now we got the sugar, the rice. We need Nain too, of course. So we need the wood. The wood's got to be purchased. It also had a bonus. It doesn't have to be purchased, sorry, but I think we will. I think why not, right? It's pretty cheap. The sugar we probably could have bought. Okay, no, it's in the 200 range. That's not worth it. So we'll put our wood as low as we can get it here. So right there, you still want to have that little button that shows its length, of course. We'll go downhill right to 9. Then we can come over here and we can hook in right here, I think. Okay, now we have our wood coming sort of down the mountain a little bit here, hooking into our sugar double line, which then hooks into the rice, double line comes into the warehouse, running full, one Bourbonnais, boom. So that'll give us that. Now the next thing we need to figure out is who has Nain. Okay, Baleswar has Nain bread. Are they actually getting ingrained? They are. Okay, so we probably should put some type of freight station here, and we'll go ahead and call it Baleswar Freight because we need that Nain bread to get into Calcutta. And we'll put, yeah, there we go. Put that there. So now we need to run a line in. So far that's gonna work, I'd say. And then maybe into here. Here we go. So we'll bring that out. I'm not sure we need 2 trains yet. We'll go with 1 train for the time being. And there we'll put our supply tower in there. Okay, wonderful. So now we'll go Baleswar Freight to the Calcutta Freight Warehouse. We'll go this. We'll go minimum 8, and we'll make sure it's just freight because you don't want it to use passengers or whatever. We will keep using this freight train here, the Bourbonnais freight there, and yeah, we'll leave that be. That's fine. It's run on single line there. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that gives us basically 5 different goods in Calcutta at the same time. 6 if you count the poultry or the chicken meat. Then the passengers, that'll take care of itself. This will help it grow. Baleswar, we need to help that grow. Because it's coming in here, it's going to bring things back, so that will be good. In fact, now that I think about it, we probably do want 2 trains coming back because that'll help it grow easier. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that. There we go. And then let's click on this to Calcutta. Let's find it. We can go 2 trains. This, yeah, let's not have a minimum though. Let's just leave it. Prioritize that. We'll go 2 trains there. That's probably better. Now we could go in the Karagpur and build a sawmill. We could do that. I just don't know what it's going to stick in there otherwise, right? Because if we look at what we're doing here, the first manufacturer's name, we already have that. Then we have meat. So pulled or wooden planks would be the next thing. And then it's way down here. You're going to need cloth and clothing. See, cloth or clothing would make more sense here. So maybe if I put planks in Karagpur, maybe that's the way to go. So let's go ahead. Oh, we don't have enough money. Okay, well, let's go into our bonds. Let's take this one. And then let's go ahead and take this one. That will give us a decent amount of money. Now we can put that in. Okay, we can go that there. Yeah, let's just put a dead center. Okay, so for our freight station, we can probably go freight on the inside. Okay, we'll call it Karagpur Freight. Then we'll put definitely want maintenance there. Okay, that's great. So now we're gonna bring this in right here, and we probably want to double this one too. I don't know that we needed to, but I don't know. Well, I think we'll do it for the time being. We will put a supply tower there, and this one we're gonna bring out, and we'll bring full, and there we go. So we're gonna want to go in here. In fact, you know what? Now that I think about it, let's think this more through here. We did that. We did it this way. We could do 3 for Karagpur. Let's go back into this, and let's specify we want track 3. So there we go. It's going to just kind of bump up and down. It'll bring back planks once planks are available. We'll bring in our wood separately so we can make planks. Wood's going to come in on 1. Coming into Karagpur Freight. We'll put a Bourbonnais. Wonderful. That's fine. So now it has that. Baleswar already had grain coming in for the Nain, but we really should hook this grain in anyways, honestly. Can we buy it? 219. No, okay, let's just leave it at that. We'll put our train on this. Coming in, full Bourbonnais again. There we go. That's totally fine. Now it does need a supply tower, but we can leave that for just 2 seconds. Looks like we're getting lots of poultry at the moment. So let's go ahead and put the supply tower in. So now we're going to be able to grow Karagpur, Baleswar, and Calcutta. Maybe Baleswar should also be on a different line. Well, we'll leave it at that, but we probably should give it its own specific line. And then the next thing we could do is go Rajmahal and the Sandsoul and connect that as well. So we got a connection bonus of 300,000. We doubled up some of this track right here. Put a Karagpur Express line in. I got to change that to say Express. Now we have our Iron Duke here. We don't have any money for the wagon, so we're just going to throw it down and let it go. And then we'll go back in here and rename this Karagpur Express. And then technically there is maintenance at Calcutta, so we're good. Baleswar Express Station. We didn't need maintenance there either. So technically we'll put post office and restaurant in Kharagpur. All right, we did a line from Baleswar over to, what's the name of it? Kharagpur Express. We're going to put an Iron Duke down. Express. Looks like we can do our 2 wagons. That's great. Wonderful. Put that down. It is a single train line, but that's not a big deal. And that'll create a little bit more income. Now, the Kharagpur Express line, we need to add in post office here as soon as possible. And we need some Nain up in Kharagpur, so we're going to put a train line in Baleswar Express. No. Baleswar Freight. We're going to put emphasis on the Nain, and we're going to go Bourbonnais. Definitely not Express Freight it will be. And there we go. That should bring in Kharagpur Nain, which should help it grow as well. Calcutta is growing double growth. Kharagpur is growing single growth. And then we need to bring in Rajmahal. We need to grow it. So let's go ahead and put freight station as soon as we have the money. And we have a little bit of research. So we're going to take this train convoys, which reduces our track construction cost by 5%. It took a bit, but now we have our line laid down from Rajmahal to Calcutta Freight Warehouse. So we're going to bring it in, and we're going to bring it in full Bourbonnais freight. So we'll lay that down. Yeah, it's on a single line, but it's the only thing on that line. So that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and rename this freight because I just realized I didn't mark it freight. In theory, we're going to want a maintenance building down there. And as far as how everything else is going, we have 78 in Calcutta, so that's coming along. And we have 259 of our 300 passengers from Calcutta to Rajmahal, so that's moving. Calcutta is up to just just flipped over 32,000, and Baleswar is 30,000 as well. So it's climbing double growth, Kharagpur double growth, Calcutta's double growth. Rajmahal's not going to have any growth for a little bit anyways.
The passenger traffic is running smoothly. These new locomotives are state-of-the-art technology for the railway industry.
All right, nice. What do we do? Oh, we have our 300 passengers from Calcutta to Rajmahal. That's good. So Calcutta still needs that one thing. We're up at just under 33,000 for Calcutta, or over now. And then Baleswar is probably at like 31,000. And we have our line figured out from Kharagpur Express to Sansol Express. We'll throw an Iron Duke down. No money for wagons at the moment, but we'll do it that way. Now, what do we have here coming out? Oh, we're going in Calcutta Freight with this big load of planks, which should be enough to hit this to be 8/8. Then we should look and see what else we're going to need next. We're going to need Arak. So if we had magically had enough money to make Arak, would be nice. Also, vegetables would be a good thing to have. We could easily put vegetables in. I think that was in the warehouse to begin with. So we could do our vegetables here. Maybe if I put it up here.
Calcutta is the beating heart of the whole British East India Company.
Nice.
With this abundance of goods, we will set ourselves apart from the competition even more clearly.
Okay, so that's good. So that's exactly what I said it was going to be, the 8 different goods available. So Yadav coming into Calcutta, we're going to bring it in full, and we're going to go the Bourbonnais freight. We will put a refrigerated car on that. There we go. Wonderful. So I noticed our passenger line demand from Calcutta to Kharagpur is pretty high. So we're going to go in here and bump it up to 2 trains, and that will help increase our income. Calcutta right now is at 39,000, just under 40. So it's going to start demanding Arak, which really we don't have. Then spices are up here at 45. We have 200 research. We're going to take long-term contracts, which will lower the cost of our locomotives by 5%. And then next we'll come over here and get Ashcroft gauge when we have enough, of course. Everything's double growth that's being fed. Even Rajmahal is double growth. A Sanzel is something I could maybe start growing, but really we need Arak to be produced. And I don't know if Rajmahal is going to throw Arak down. If I did put Arak, let's see, what does it demand again? Sugar and rice. See, Sanzel has sugar there. Rice is over here. That's definitely possible to get it up to Sanzel, but it's going to cost, let's see, how much? 562. A little bit steep. And then we have our express line from Sanzel to Rajmahal. So we're going to put our Iron Duke with our wagons. The other cool thing is Rajmahal put Arak in, which is great. So the next obvious thing we're going to have to do is put a maintenance in the Sanzel. And I don't think we're going to have enough money to really put an industry in a Sanzel at the moment. We're just a little bit tight on money. Right now you can see that I'm making way more money off passengers orders and mail bags than anything else. So that's kind of where my focus is at the moment, trying to grow my passenger freight line. If I look at my revenue in general, we got 17,000 there, 15, 14, 19 there. So Calcutta, the Rajmahal could maybe be something that could bump up. See here, looks like we're going to have to put a supply tower in, which is not a big deal. We go ahead and throw one in there. And then we're bringing in our spices. We bought it too, and it's going to be coming in the Calcutta freight warehouse. We'll bring one train into that, and that should give Calcutta their spices they're demanding at the moment. The next thing is the tea leaves, which we actually don't have. They're nowhere we can get them. I think I checked earlier. Yeah, see, they're nowhere to be found. They're in other areas that I cannot get to. So then the next thing up will be cloth at 55. Well, Rajmahal itself is starting to double up goods in the warehouse, like they're starting to pile up. So we're going to add in a second train there. So that should help with not only the main things that are dropping below 100, but also should help it make more Arak is what I'm hoping, which will then, of course, hopefully ship in more Arak to Calcutta. It's at 100% of everything until it gets spices, then that'll be 100. And it's still growing, double growth. Baleswar is now up to 44, so it will start getting spices as well. We do have an industry slot open in Baleswar and in Calcutta. Just pause that for a second. We could do cloth in one of them. Cloth up in Sansol would make the most sense because it's got the wool right there. We could bring it in. We already have sawmills in Kharagpur, which we own. We could upgrade that. Arak we don't own, and all these other things are higher than what we need. Our wood looks like it's balanced up pretty decent. Sugar's still okay, it's fine, I guess. Rice would be something that would be good to own, but it's just way too expensive. The grains, okay. The poultry's okay. Calcutta's still getting poultry, okay, yep. So maybe the vegetables would be something we could have 2 trains of. Yeah, we can take a bond. I think we'll take this one, the middle bond here, and we're gonna, really too bad as Sanzo put a stupid meat industry down. We could buy it, but then we're basically going to lose $1 million for no reason. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a cloth factory down in Calcutta. So now we're going to need to come up here. Okay, we'll buy this. Okay, so let's put our train down and we'll bring in full, and we'll use a PLM Bourbonnais freight one there. Okay, so let's go ahead and make another one. There we go. So we'll have 3 trains going on that, or 2, sorry. So that way, that'll help keep things progressing. We can also throw down a library. So the library would put us up near almost 100,000 or 100% fulfillment. That's a good thing. See, they put Arak down in Baleswar. I'm not really sure I like that, but, you know, it's not the worst thing they could have stuck there. And here's our research. We're going to take Ashcroft gauge to increase a maximum speed by 5%. And then we have our Asanzo freight station set up. We're going to bring a line in from our warehouse to there as soon as we get enough money, and that'll help it grow as well. And then we may have to go back around and increase our train situations from our things. We have 2 grain trains now. We may have to go back, go like 2 sugar, 2 wood, that kind of thing. So stupid I wasn't paying attention. Baleswar has hit 50,000, so there's no reason I can't put a library in as soon as I have enough money. And also looks like Calcutta is going to hit 60,000 here very quickly, so we should be able to bang these off within just seconds here. Should have been paying more attention to Baleswar. I kind of totally forgot all about it. There we are.
You have helped the city achieve new economic strength. This is a reason to celebrate. And the many specialists, as well as the gathered material from all over the world, will surely prove useful to your railway business.
Nice. So that was the library in Baleswar. As you can see, we got some research here, 300. Cost recruiting, we'll go with that. And then next we'll take tool makers, because I don't think this train's a whole lot better, really. And in just a few seconds, there we go.
Capital
Perfect.
keeps growing and growing, and with it, our influence in all of India. Very good. This connection lends itself perfectly as the base for a long-haul route between Calcutta and Delhi. Delhi is the political and financial center of India, whereas Calcutta is the capital of our British India. That's why this line is of great importance for our administration. But for the moment, I want you to attend to the local region. As you can see, there is plenty of cultivatable land for agriculture. However, at the moment, mainly low-margin food crops are being cultivated, but I want more valuable crops like cotton and tea to be grown. In short, short, your task is to expand upon our commercial centers, Calcutta and Benares, and to restructure and optimize the agriculture for trade. England has a monopoly on Indian cloth and tea. Your shipments will guarantee that England stays the center of the world economy. You can be proud of that.
I can't believe it! What the chairman is implying corresponds to the corrosion of the basis of existence of many Indian citizens in favor of England's profit. This strategy could cause famines and mass unemployment. I won't allow for another famine like in 1770 Bengal again. We must take action. The towns to the south of the planned railway line have a proper food-focused agriculture. If you connect these to our network, we might be able to prevent a food shortage. We could sell that line to the chairman as the base for a future east-to-west rail connection between Bombay and Calcutta.
Okay, so we had those just kind of bang bang. As you can see, Calcutta's double growth 60,000, Baleswar single growth 54,000, Kharagpur 31,000 double growth, Asansol we just barely hooked that up, single growth 76, and Rajmahal it's 38,000 single growth. Not too bad really, and we did that 6-7 months before the deadline, so that's not too bad. It's a decent start. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Ike and Me Gaming.